Welcome to Birdies and Bogies with Bazza, episode 5 already. Can you believe that? Man, crazy. Questions coming through, keeping them quick and easy as I can, as quick and as easy as I can. No messing about, straight into it. Bang. First question comes from Graham Grumpy Golfer. Again, another question from Graham. Favourite and worst club in the bag and why? Worst club in the bag. 4 and 5 iron. Why? Because I can't hit them. Best putter in the bag. Best putter in the bag. Best club in the bag. Putter. Reason. Your putter's got to be your best friend in the bag. Got to be. It's the one you use more than any other club in the bag. It's got to be your best friend. Whether you like it or not, find a way. Whatever it takes. But your putter's got to be your favourite club in the bag, in my opinion. How's that? Mark Audley again. If you could have any aspect of your game, top pro level, what would it be? I.e. drive, approach chipping or putting? Drive. I'd love Rory's drive. Who wouldn't love Rory's drive? Yep, easy answer. Drive. Dave Allen, we all know about your affiliation forward slash infatuation with Callaway, but how did it all come about? I'll try and keep that one as short as I can. Back in day, square heads, remember square head drivers? I had a Nike SQ which I went and broke in a rage of stupidity. So I had to replace it, and I went out looking for ages to find just another square head to replace it with, and found the Callaway. In fact, the Callaway FTI. Still got it. Loved it. I just loved the square head. I loved being able to line up. It just seemed a lot easier to line up against the ball. So Callaway, it went Callaway from there really, although at the time I had a set of second-hand Cobra S9 irons which I bought off a pal of mine because he upgraded. So once I got, well, going back a couple of years now, I mean I've had that, oh God, that must be 10-year-old that at least. Once I got that driver, the pro that was teaching me, Tony Johnson, was upgrading to Cobra because his swing studio is affiliated with Cobra and Puma. So he's gone Cobra all the way, all big green bags and everything. So it meant his Callaway X-Forged irons were going begging, and he wanted a bit of work doing in his kitchen, so I did a bit of work in his kitchen. I got the irons off him, and that's pretty much how it took off really. So I had a Callaway driver and I had Callaway irons. So there you go. It really grew from there since Twitter, really, since going on to Twitter. People, Team Callaway, hashtag Team Callaway. I mean, they've been so welcoming. I've been down to headquarters and I've had a fitting down there for the driver, the Epic Sub-Zero which I've got now, although I've just adapted it and put a different shaft in it thanks to Dan Webster, which has made a massive difference, huge difference to my consistency. Callaway, got Callaway wedges, got since then, just got a set of MD4s. Odyssey putter works 7. I've not got the micro hinge one, but the one I've got is absolutely fine and no reasons to change it as yet because it seems to be doing the job. So Callaway all the way. Hope that answers your question, Dave. I've left my question list over there now. Now that leads me on to the next question, ironically, Dave. So this one's from Andrew Egginbottom. Now I know Andrew Egginbottom as well. He's a member at Staining Lodge where I'm affiliated with, and he is a hell of a player. I've seen this lad's game improve loads in the last 2 years. I mean, massive. I think he went and shot 44 points last week, actually. He stonked it. What a player he's becoming. So, Andrew, I'm going to read this word for word. Do you think manufacturers, bear in mind he knows I'm Callaway, do you think club manufacturers, especially Callaway, bring out too many clubs each year? 3 new drivers within a few months, for example. Do I think they're bringing out too much? No. Do I think they're bringing out a really good variety of different drivers and clubs and irons and wedges? Yes. The way I see it is, and I wrote this bit down, this is the way I see it. I see it as Callaway's commitment to supplying the market with not only the best equipment for the better golfer, but also offering the best for the more average golfer with a more limited budget also. So basically what I'm saying there is, because of the vast amount of skill within golf, different levels within golf, different handicaps, different mindsets, people that play socially just for the crack, they don't want to be paying 450 quid for a driver. They want a driver that's going to do the job what they want them to do, a forgiving driver, for example, but want to keep a cost level down to a minimum, because obviously some people can't justify it. So there's different areas of, I don't even know where I'm going to go with that one. I don't even know, because I don't want to get sucked into this I'm owned by I don't preach, I'm not a preacher, do you know what I mean? But I've got my personal views on things, and I've got my personal opinions, and I've got my reasons why I've got what I've got in my bag, etc, etc. So I don't need to justify it, I'm sure. But I honestly don't think that they are bringing out too many. I mean, can you bring out too many? I mean, one person's only going to want one anyway. Why would you want 2 drivers, 3 drivers? Why? You wouldn't. Who'd go out and buy 2 or 3 drivers? Or is it because of the naivety with some people that basically, because they bring out another one, they've got to have the newest one? I don't get that either. If you've got what's in your bag and it's working for you and you've got no reason to change it, then unless you've got a vast improvement, I don't see the sense in that either. So no, I don't think they're bringing out too many. I think they've got a really good variety and a really good choice for a selected different skill set, budget set level, and it's down to us, isn't it? It's down to us what we buy. If they're putting it out there, it's up to them, isn't it? I mean, they're going to get stuck with them on the shelf because they've not sold if they're no good, surely. So when it comes down to us as golfers, then it's down to us. Who are we to say that they're bringing out too many, when really what they're doing is bringing out a huge range for a huge different range of client. I think I've answered that pretty well. Hope that answers your question, Andrew. Keep it up, by the way, mate. Can't wait to see your game at the end of the year. It's going to be awesome. Next question. There is another question. I know there's another question. Oh yeah, that's at the bottom. But before I go there, I'm going to do a couple of quick mentions. First mention the first lad I want to mention is Dan Lindholm, because he piped up on my last vlog. He put a message on there, so it's great to see him knocking about again, because Dan was known as Golf Geek Dan. He did a bit of a YouTube channel, and then basically prioritised his time a lot more into training and practicing and all sorts. I mean, proper committed to it. He has now changed his dialogue, if you will, to or mindset to journey to pro, because that's where he's hoping to go. He's really working hard and aiming towards turning pro. And if you follow the story from day one, honestly, I'm sure you'll agree that it's a great story. He's an English lad. He's from over here, but he lives in Finland. Now that comes with its challenges alone. I mean, what's he got there? 4 or 5 months? I don't know. I don't know what the climate is over there, but I know it's white quite a lot. So I know he's up against things, like, you know. But want to personally offer you all the very best of luck with that, Dan, and congratulations on all the hard work. Got a lovely family out there, mate, and you know, I can't but wish you well, mate. So best of luck. Second mention. Now, I gave away a couple of wedges a few weeks back. In fact, I posted them off this week at last, to a lad called Mike Cranman. Now, it came to light with a conversation I was having with him. He had a daughter born with severely handicapped needs, and there was no expectations whatsoever, unfortunately, and they were looking at a couple of years at the very most. 12 years they got from little Delphi, and she sadly passed away, and she's getting laid to rest next Wednesday. I've wrote some stuff down here, but what can you say? I mean, Mike, all I can do there, fella, is you know, no words can express what you're going through there, fella. No words could express what them 12 years must have been like. That must have been bordering on hell. I mean, we all have our issues and problems and what have you, but to go through that as a parent, you've got to dig deep, haven't you? So just want to wish Mike and his family the kindest regards and best wishes and hopes for the future, to see past where they've been, and hopefully, you know, cherish the memories that they had with her. So Mike, if you're watching this, best wishes, lad. Alright, fella. One more question. Last question that I'm going to end it on has come from Ricky Lee. Now, Ricky Lee is a member of a Goal Society that I play in, Nick Porter Goal Society, which is run by my brother-in-law, Nick Porter, along with a friend of his, Andy Cherry. He organises some belting trips, and in fact, he's come out with some cracking weekends for us and found us some right digs and gorgeous courses in some brilliant places. So not been out for a little while with them for one reason or another, so yeah, hope to rekindle that, because there's a cracking bunch of lads as well. So hopefully we can get back out soon, Ricky, and get sorted. Ricky, I'm hoping to get onto some course vlogs at some point in the future, because I swear to God, you will wet yourself. This lad is so funny, it's untrue. So Ricky sent me a couple of questions over. First of which, Ricky's getting a good player and all. Question 1, did I get fitted for my putter? No, I didn't get fitted for my putter. I bought my putter second hand. I got a phone call off Dan Skelcher at Fleetwood Golf Club, one at pros there. I don't know if it was he'd bought it for himself but couldn't adjust to it, or whether or not it was a trade-in or something like that, or a client up there that was selling it, I'm not sure. But I got a phone call saying there's one here for sale, would you be interested? Went up, had a look, had a feel, liked it, loved the weight, loved the balance. The putter I had at the time was a TaylorMade Rossa Monza, I believe it is, a red and white thing, mallet putter, and it just felt good, the mallet weight and the shape, and using the mallet itself as a bit of a lining up tool, I liked. So when I got hold of this, it's like a Millennium Falcon thing with the two bits that come out the back, and it's got the line in the set. I love it. I absolutely love it. I had a grip put on it Pro Putt grip, which is nice and light and grippy and comfortable, which seems to definitely help me as well. So my putter foot fitting. I mean, who gets fitted? Do you have to? Why be fitted for a putter? Putter to me is, putter's about the feel. It's not about the fitting. If it doesn't feel right, it clearly doesn't fit. Does it? I'll get some stick for that, I'm sure. And I do know, and I you know, I can contradict myself as well on that, because I do know of one person recently that went on one of those, is it Sam Putt Labs, and basically he kept going either one way or the other, but went and got fitted, or went to have this putting measurement done, and it was found out that he just needed to put the ball, I don't know if it was an inch forward or an inch back, one or the other, but and now he's smashing his putter again, you know. So it's, as regards the technology side of it, to improve, fair enough, to move on and improve. But I think if you're just going out to buy a putter, then you've just got to, I don't think even if you went for a fitting, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, there's always going to be the minority or difference of opinion anyway, but I'd see it that if you were going to buy a putter or be fitted for a putter, I'm pretty sure that in your mind you'd already have a really good idea as to what style of putter you'd want anyway. Obviously there will be the rarity where you find a way of being more comfortable with a different putter from the fit. You know, each to their own, isn't it? Each to their own. But no, I wasn't fitted for my putter, but it's doing the job. How many hours a week do you practice putting? Basically, through winter I was doing loads. I bought one of those put outs last year and battered it. Did loads, and it massive difference. When I go to a course, here's a little putting tip for you, because this one made a massive difference to me and my putting. Is the chap on YouTube called Rob McGar. Is he called Handicap to Scratch or something like that? Oh God, I hope I've got that right. But Rob McGar, he did a putting tip where, rather than being on a putting green, a practice green, rather than going for a hole and be disappointed every time you missed it, to get your distance control sorted out with your weight and your roll of the green, etc., is to actually aim for the fringe of the green rather than going for a hole. So if you use the line of the fringe around the green as your marker, it doesn't matter if you're a couple of inches either way. You're reading your green. You're not going to be reading that green anyway when you're out on the course. You're going to be reading the green that you're on, obviously. So for a practice session, for practice purposes only, rather than go for the holes, go for the fringes. I mean, the holes are not going to be perfect anyway, are they? I mean, they're going to be walked all over, spiked up to bits, chewed up to eyeballs, or whatever else, you know what I mean? So yeah, get a nice clean spot, aim for your fringe, and that will determine on that will assist you. I mean, I know personally it's assisted me on my distance control, so a good little tip for you, that. I think there is one more question actually from Andrew Johnson, wasn't there? So I'll keep this one as quick and sweet as I can. I'm pretty sure he asked me a question. I'm sure I wrote it down. Andrew Johnson, favourite female golfer on tour, European Tour and LPGA as well. Ooh, LPGA, I mean, you've basically, in fact, all the way through the ladies game, the Koreans and the Asians in particular, I mean, we've got Asians coming through in the gents side of the game as well. But I mean, the ladies side, the Asians are kicking ass. I mean, one time it was just the Americans, wasn't it? You know what I mean? Banging them out, but they're all coming through. So I mean, you've got Lydia Ko. I mean, at the moment, I mean, Lydia Ko's up there. She's got £700,000 earnings, €700,000 earnings over just 6 games, I think it was, already this year. So I mean, it's nowhere near what the men are on, obviously, as yet, but I think it's getting stronger. I mean, I've been watching a few over this last 12 months, and some of the shots that they're pulling off is just absolutely out of this world. It's amazing to watch. Some of the golf that's being played by the ladies is remarkable. So I got that name. It's not Lydia Ko that's doing that. It's Inbee Park from Korea. You've got the obvious ones. You've got the Pernilla Lindbergs from Sweden. I mean, she's just class. She's just a classy lady, isn't she? I mean, what a player! What a lovely smooth swing she's got as well. But I think my favourite, I've got to go with an English player, haven't I? And I've got it's the name that keeps piping up whenever I think of the ladies PGA is Charlie Hull. She's a grafter, you know. She's a grafter. Head down, stuck in, and get on with it. You know, she's not had the success. I think she's only had 2 or 3 wins. Is it she's had on the tour? So, but she's definitely coming good. In fact, she's coming good this week. Actually, I think she's just 5 off the lead going into the final day today. But I mean, obviously, anything can happen just yet. So, but she's up there again. You know, she's up there in the midst of things, and she's a great player. So, Charlie Hull for the PGA, and then the European Tour. Well. I mean, the youngsters that are coming. I'm going to stick with English players. But the youngsters that are coming through now, you got that Georgia Hall. She's a talent. Where's she from? Is she Bournemouth? Is it? She's from down south, I think. But what a player! Cracking player. Watched her play what's their equivalent to the Ryder Cup last year. Well, but yeah, amazing talent. Ollie Clyburn, Yorkshire lass. From over Grimsby way, Cleethorpes way, again deserves a lot more than what she's probably put into the game, you know. Carly Booth. I mean, I do follow Carly Booth, and I follow her progress. I follow her on. I see her on a lot of YouTube channels through the likes of Rick Shields, Peter Finch, etc. She's been on a load of their channels in the years past, promotional whatever reason, having a crack, having a game. But I also see her on Instagram as well, and I see her. I mean, the working out she does. I mean, she's a proper grafter, and I mean a proper grafter. So Carly Booth's up there. But my favourite European Tour player has got to be Laura Davies. I mean, she's the goddess of ladies golf, in my opinion. I mean, I saw her last year as well, playing over in China, I think it was, with a really knackered up ankle. She could hardly walk. But I tell you what, some of the shots that she was still pulling off, and she was right up there as well. She was right up there, right up to the last day. She had a couple of bad holes on the last day, which she ended up dropping back out of contention. But I was willing her on all the way, because it would have been awesome for her to have seen that, taking all them youngsters on, you know what I mean, and just seeing her smash it out the park. She played a 3-wood from the wrong fairway. She sliced a drive behind a tree on the wrong fairway, and then she took a 3-wood, I think it was, or a recovery wood, and pulled the Bubba Watson style right up to just short of green. It was a right shot, but lovely to watch. So Laura Davies is my answer to that one. And I forget the other lady as well. I think she's associated with North Berwick, but she's right up there, but I just cannot think of her name. She's right up there. So that's all my questions. kept it quick, kept it easy. Hope I've answered what you was hoping for in a roundabout sort of fashion. All I can say is thank you very much again for the questions. If you're out there, if you're watching this and you want to put a question in, feel free, just put a question in. Getting the same not the same questions as such, but the same people, which I don't mind. I don't mind the same people. But thanks for all your time and your efforts, guys. I really do appreciate it, helping me to get this growing and keep it going. You know, hoping to move on as well a bit more come weather-wise. You know, come summertime. Get out there on the courses. I've got some driving range stuff to do, some lessons and stuff to do, some gapping sessions and stuff like that to do, and hopefully course vlogs, because that's where I want to go. I want to have some fun. I want to get out and have a good crack with lads and enjoy it and use my gear properly and hit some belting shots and get some massive points and get some lovely trophies and maybe all in ones, eagles, birdies, bogeys, bazzer. We'll see. Take it, some good scorecards, some good comps, some pro-ams, some whatever comes along, and go and experience the Open, Barmy Army tours, society trips. I've got it all, it's all there, wanting to get on with, and hopefully it goes to plan and we can get out and have a good crack. Give us some suggestions, let me know what you want to see. Give me some feedback, give me some ideas, and we'll see. Put it all in the comments box down below. That's what they do. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you need to do. But click this, click that, and jobs are good. And so until next time, we'll get over there, have a good crack. Hopefully weather's going to turn a bit and we can have a bit of consistency with some dry weather. There's loads of people out this weekend, I know. I think there's only Midlands area that's struggling with weather today, but hopefully you can get out next week and get back on track. So thanks very much for watching. Take it easy, guys. All the best. See you soon.